toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. And the Huskers will boot it away to start the game. Fielded in the end zone, it's Stewart. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. The Wolverines offense will take the field first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Good timing on the quick out. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. Trying play action. Grab you the sticks. It's Marsh. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And the Wolverines want to crank the tempo. This guy fits the bill, big, sturdy Michigan pocket passer.
And it's built on the ground, but I tell you what, when Michigan's had their best teams, they got to have that balance, right? You got to have a guy back there in the pocket that can go through the fake and then make the decision, get the ball out, and get some first downs.
Looking to throw on first down. They go to the wide receiver screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Moves around to clear up the vision. Can't get him to the ground. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Wolverines with the 1st and 10. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Quarterback making checks. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Looking for space, it's Lewis. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. And the Wolverines have pushed it inside the 20. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Bought a little time, lets it go. And the deflection on third down. How big is that? Forces a fourth down.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out, he had multiple catches from the running back position. They're going to try to get that established in this game.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Touchdown, Michigan! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Big-time players make big plays in big games.
first snap of this drive comes from their own 44. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun to give to the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious... Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keeping those vibes going here in the second quarter. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Back to throw. It's Underwood. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Wolverines will hustle to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. Slithers into space. It's a seam walk, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. And the Wolverines, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Fighting off the defender. And how does he keep running? I'd be dizzy after a spin move like that. Inside the big house, they have those big condominiums down there on the field, paving the way for the running backs.
Big, huge condominiums, and every year it's a little bit different of how they wear their uniforms and how they fit their uniforms, but the style, always the same. Line up, hit you right in the mouth. That's who Michigan is.
To the air on 2nd down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down. A strike downfield. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. New set of downs after the completion. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Grabbed over the middle, it's Odom. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The Wolverines line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He might want another play. Wants to fire on second down. Big fella moving. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. Makes the catch at the 35. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Hauls it in. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. And the Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Makes the catch. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Caught near the sticks. It's Stewart. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. To the air on first down. Steps away to find some room. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on second down. The give out of the gun. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. He's looking to pass. Here comes the heat. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Unleashes one deep. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. left that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. And now the lead is even bigger. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first two quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Tight end now in motion. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Trying to bull his way in. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position, just they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
They'll go to the air. Pressure coming. Into the house. Touchdown, Michigan. Here we go, Zach. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Grabbed in the middle. It's Mills. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. The Huskers want to move quickly.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains and they're... Might be changing the route. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He lets it fly. Makes the grab at the 30. Flying out to the left. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. They bring the punter onto the field now. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. He's got it. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Off play action. Makes the grab. They get on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's first down in the red zone at the 10. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got it on the move. And he strides his way into the end zone. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Time to take a shot. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. The Wolverines in a good spot here with second and short. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Second down coming up. Back to pass. Looking down the middle. It's caught downfield. And he makes a completion there. Set up and in business at the 20. And the Wolverines look to do some damage in the red zone. Wants to throw on first down. On the move, he fires. On target over the middle. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. Snaps it in the shotgun. Big guy smells it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. He wants to change this route. This is a designed run. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. The Cornhuskers will try to move the sticks on fourth down. Timeout called by the defense. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Looking to pass, it's Underwood. It's complete on the right side. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
Good enough for a first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Bringing the heat. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but
going over the top. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Looking to throw on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Last pass falls incomplete.